3 weeks before our wedding. My fiancée told me her best friend was in the hospital. Ava and I were supposed to meet at Bellamy's at 7 to finalize our reception menu. I had already changed a client meeting and asked my brother Daniel to cover a conference call for me. At 6:20, Ava came out of our bedroom, holding her phone. Her face looked tense. What happened? I asked. It's Emma. What about her? She collapsed during her shift. Emma Collins was an ER nurse at Charlotte Medical Center and Ava's closest friend. They had been roommates in college. And Emma was supposed to be Ava's maid of honor. Is she okay? I don't know. One of the nurses called me. Emma's awake, but she's asking for me. I reached for my jacket. Let's go. Ava put a hand against my chest. Noah, you should still go to the tasting. You expect me to compare appetizers while Emma's in the hospital? The chef rearranged the schedule for us. We'll lose the deposit if neither of us shows up. Then I'll call and explain. No, the answer came too quickly. She softened her voice. Emma doesn't want people seeing her like this. You know how private she is. I'm not exactly a stranger. I know, but she asked for me. Ava wrapped her arms around my waist. You're always saying marriage means showing up when someone needs you. It does. Then let me show up for Emma. You handle the dinner, and I'll text you as soon as I know more. I kissed her forehead. Call me if you need anything. I will. She picked up her purse. As she opened the door, I said, which hospital? She paused. Charlotte Medical. Text me the room number. They're still evaluating her. Then she smiled. I love you. I love you too. She left. I arrived at Bellamy's 15 minutes early. The hostess checked the reservation. Mr. Bennett, your guest is already here. I assumed Ava had changed her mind or sent one of our wedding planners. Then I saw Emma sitting at a table near the window. She wore jeans and a blue sweater. There was no hospital bracelet on her wrist, no exhaustion from a 12-hour shift, and no sign that she had collapsed 40 minutes earlier. 2 cups of coffee sat on the table. Emma looked up. The color left her face. Noah. I stopped beside the table. What are you doing here? She stood. I asked the restaurant to move the tasting earlier. Why? We need to talk. I looked at her carefully. Were you at work tonight? No. Did you collapse? Her lips parted, but no answer came. I pulled out my phone. Ava said you were in the hospital. Emma closed her eyes. Sit down. Tell me where she is. Please sit down. I'm not sitting down until you explain why my fiancé used you as an excuse to cancel dinner. Several people glanced our way. Emma lowered her voice. Because this isn't the first time. I sat. The waiter approached with menus, but Emma told him we needed a few minutes. My phone vibrated. A message from Ava appeared. Emma's awake, but she's really shaken. The doctors are running tests. I may stay here tonight. Love you. I turned the screen toward Emma. She read it and covered her mouth. God. Call her. What? Call Ava. Ask her how you're doing. Noah. Call her. Emma picked up her phone, but didn't dial. She won't answer. How do you know? Because she isn't at the hospital. Where is she? Emma stared at the coffee between us. I need you to understand something first. No, I need one answer. Her eyes filled. She's with Logan. The name hit me harder than I expected. Logan Pierce was Ava's former boyfriend. They had dated for almost 5 years before he left her for another woman. When Ava and I first became serious, she told me Logan was the reason she struggled to trust people. She also promised she had blocked him everywhere. I leaned back. You're sure? Emma unlocked her phone. This was sent to me 20 minutes ago. The photo showed Ava entering the Whitmore Hotel downtown. Logan walked beside her, with one hand against her lower back. I zoomed in, hoping the woman only looked like Ava. She was wearing the cream coat I had bought her for Christmas. Who took this? A friend who works at the hotel. Why would your friend send it to you? Because she's seen them there before. The room suddenly felt too warm. How many times? I don't know. Don't lie to me, too. Emma flinched. At least 6. I stared at her. 6 times? That I know of. And every time. Ava said she was with you? Sometimes she said we were shopping. Sometimes, she said, I was having problems with my boyfriend. You don't have a boyfriend. I know. Did you cover for her? At first, I pushed my chair back. Emma caught my wrist. Please don't go to the hotel. Take your hand off me. She did. You knew she was meeting him, and you said nothing. She told me Logan was threatening her. With what? Old messages. Pictures. She said he was trying to interfere with the wedding. And you believed her? I wanted to. I laughed bitterly. That seems to be a common problem. Emma wiped her eyes. Last week, I followed her. I stopped. She went to the Whitmore. Logan met her in the lobby. I waited because I thought maybe she was telling the truth about handling some legal issue. What did you see? They kissed before they got into the elevator. I looked down at my engagement ring. Ava had insisted I wear one too. She said it proved we were equally committed. Why tell me now? Because I kept hoping she would stop. Before or after the wedding? Before. That's generous. You have every right to hate me. I don't hate you. I don't know what to think. My phone rang. Ava. Emma looked at me. Don't tell her I'm here. I answered. Hey. Ava sounded tired. Sorry I didn't call sooner. It's been crazy. How's Emma? She's stable. They think it might be dehydration. Did they admit her? They're deciding. What doctor is treating her? A pause followed. Doctor. Harris. Emma shook her head. There was no doctor. Harris working in her department. Ava continued. How's the tasting? I haven't ordered. Why not? I lost my appetite. Don't be upset with me. Emma needed me. I looked directly at Emma. She must be grateful. Yeah, she is. Put her on the phone. Another pause. She's asleep. You just said the doctors were deciding whether to admit her. They gave her something to calm down. I see. Noah, what's wrong? Nothing. Stay with your friend. I love you. I forced the words out. Love you too. After the call ended, Emma whispered, I'm sorry. I set the phone on the table. What else? That's enough for one night. No, you brought me here because you knew something worse. Emma looked toward the window. Ava asked me to help her on the wedding day. With what? She wants me to fake a medical emergency before the ceremony. I felt my stomach tighten. Why? She said she needs 2 hours alone. With Logan? I think so. You think? Emma pulled up another message. It was from Ava at 1:30. Tell Noah you're having chest pain. Make him stay with you until I text. Logan will pick me up behind the hotel. I'll be back before the ceremony. I read it twice. Our ceremony started at 4. What does she need to do with him for 2 hours on our wedding day? Emma's voice dropped. She said it was the only way to make sure your marriage started without unfinished business. I stood. This is an unfinished business. No, it's a plan. Emma nodded. There's more. Noah. I looked at her. She slid the second cup of coffee toward me, but my hand stayed at my sides. What could possibly be more? Emma took a shaky breath. I heard Ava and Logan talking about your company. My anger went quiet. What did they say? They mentioned the riverfront bid. Only a few people knew the details of that project. Ava was one of them. Emma reached across the table. This time, she didn't touch me. She isn't just lying about where she is tonight. Her voice broke. She's planning to use the wedding to take something from you. Emma and I stayed at Bellamy's until the staff began clearing the tables around us. I didn't touch the food. Start from the beginning. I said, every time Ava used your name. Emma wrapped both hands around her coffee. The first time was about 6 months ago. She said she needed to meet Logan because he still had some personal photos of her. Did you speak to him? No. Did you see the photos? No. So you accepted her story. She was crying. Noah. Ava cries when a florist changes the shade of a centerpiece. Emma looked down. I know that now. What happened the second time? She told you I was having a panic attack. I remember that night. Ava had left my mother's birthday dinner before dessert. She said you locked yourself in your bathroom. I was working. The third time? She said my father had been taken to the ER. I stared at her. Your father died 2 years ago. She knew you wouldn't ask me about it because she told you the subject was painful. I pushed my chair back, but didn't stand. Ava hadn't created random excuses. She had used the details she knew I would be too polite to question. How many lies did you confirm for her? 2. Which ones? The panic attack and a flat tire. Why? She said Logan was threatening to contact you. She told me she needed time to calm him down before the wedding. And after you saw them kiss? I stopped answering her calls. But you still didn't tell me. Emma's eyes filled again. No, you let me keep planning a wedding. I was scared you wouldn't believe me. You mean you were scared Ava wouldn't forgive you? She didn't deny it. My phone showed another message from Ava. They're keeping Emma overnight. Don't wait up. I turned the screen face down. Can your friend at the Whitmore tell us when Ava leaves? Emma hesitated. You're going to follow her? I'm going to find out what she's doing. This could get ugly. It became ugly when my fiancé invented your medical emergency. Emma sent a message. A reply came less than a minute later. She says Ava and Logan went into suite 1408. Did your friend see them leave? No. I stood. Emma blocked my path. Please don't confront them tonight. Why are you protecting her again? I'm protecting you. If you go in angry, Ava will cry. Logan will provoke you. And somehow you'll become the problem. I hated that she was probably right. What do you suggest? Go home. Let her keep lying. That sounds like protecting her. It gives us time to learn why they mentioned Riverfront. I called my brother. Daniel answered with, You'd better not be calling about place cards. I need you to check company access logs. His tone changed. What happened? Did Ava use my office laptop this week? You tell me. She knows the password. Daniel cursed. What am I looking for? Anything connected to Riverfront. Bid summaries. Cost projections. Subcontractor lists. That's restricted material. I know. Why would Ava want it? Because she's meeting Logan Pierce at the Whitmore while telling me Emma is in the hospital. There was a long silence. Are you sure? Emma is sitting across from me. I'll check the logs tonight. Don't alert IT yet. Noah, if confidential files were accessed, I need to know what she took before she realizes I know. Daniel lowered his voice. Come to my office tomorrow morning. Emma drove me home because I'd had 2 glasses of bourbon. Ava's car was in the driveway. Emma stopped at the curb. You shouldn't be alone tonight. I'm not asking you inside. I wasn't suggesting that. Good. She flinched. I immediately regretted my tone. Sorry. You don't owe me an apology. I'm angry at Ava. I don't want to aim it at you. You have reasons to be angry with me too. Yes. Emma nodded. That's fair. Before I got out, she said, Ava knows I used to have feelings for you. I looked at her. What? In college. Before you and Ava started dating. I met you once at Daniel's charity fundraiser. I remember. You spent 20 minutes helping an older couple find their missing car keys. They were standing beside their car. Emma almost smiled. I liked you. Ava knew. Why are you telling me this? Because the wedding day plan may not only be about Logan. She may be trying to make me look like I helped you cheat. That makes no sense. It would if she needed proof that you caused a marriage to fail. We aren't married yet. Maybe she's planning for after. I thought about the revised prenuptial agreement Ava had mentioned repeatedly over the past week. Go home. Emma, Noah, send me screenshots of everything Ava asked you to do. She nodded. Inside, I walked past the framed engagement photos Ava had arranged on the entry table. In every picture, she looked at me like I was the only man in the room. At 12:43 a.m., she came home. I stayed on the couch with the television muted. Ava stopped when she saw me. You're awake. How's Emma? She removed her coat. Stable. What happened? Dehydration and low blood sugar. Which room is she in? Ava opened the refrigerator. I don't remember. You spent 5 hours with her. It was a stressful night. Did you talk to a doctor? Of course. What was his name? She poured herself water. Dr. Harris. What did he say? That she needs rest. I watched her take a drink. Was she scared? She was terrified. Did she ask about the wedding? Ava finally looked at me. Why would she ask about the wedding? She's the maid of honor. She was more concerned about her health. Her lies came without effort. She sat beside me and rested her head against my shoulder. I'm sorry I left you alone tonight. I could smell hotel shampoo on her hair. It wasn't the brand we use at home. I understood. I knew you would. She kissed my cheek. You're going to be such a good husband. The words nearly made me sick. Did you eat? Hospital vending machine food. Nothing from Whitmore? Her body went still for half a second. Then she laughed. The hotel? I thought Charlotte Medical sometimes sends overflow patients there. No. Why would you think that? I must have misunderstood something. She studied my face. Did someone say they saw me? Why would anyone see you there? They wouldn't. She stood. I'm exhausted. Let's go to bed. I have an early meeting. About Riverfront? There it was. I kept my expression neutral. Yes. Are you close to finalizing the bid? Almost. Logan's company is competing too, right? You know it is. I was just asking. She ran her fingers through my hair. Don't stay up too late. After she went upstairs, I checked my email. Daniel had sent one line. Call me now. I stepped into the garage before dialing. What'd you find? Your laptop accessed the Riverfront pricing folder Tuesday at 2:16 a.m. Ava had claimed she was asleep beside me that night. Was anything downloaded? For files were copied to an external drive. Which files? Our labor estimates, investor terms, land acquisition ceiling, and final bid range. Those 4 files would destroy our chances of winning. Can you tell where they went? Not yet, but an attachment was sent from your laptop to a private email account. Whose? The account was created last month under a fake name. Can you trace it? I'm working on it. He paused. There's something else. Did Ava ask you to sign a new prenup? Yes. Don't. Why? I asked our attorney to compare it with the version you approved, and a new clause was added. My grip tightened around the phone. What clause? If the marriage ends because of infidelity or financial misconduct by either spouse, the other party receives a portion of their business interests. How much? 20% of your shares. That would make her one of our largest individual shareholders. Exactly. I looked through the door into the house. Ava appeared at the top of the stairs. I lowered my voice. Could she claim the shares if she framed me for leaking Riverfront information? Daniel answered carefully. If the board removed you from misconduct and she had evidence tying you to a competitor, she could try. Ava called from inside. Noah, who are you talking to? Daniel. I said, work issue. She came into the garage wearing one of my shirts. Tell him it's after 1 in the morning. Daniel heard her. I'll call you tomorrow. I said. Ava took the phone from my hand and ended the call herself. Our wedding is in 3 weeks. Your brother can survive one night without you. She wrapped her arms around my neck. Come upstairs. I need to finish something. Her expression tightened. You've been distant since I got home. I'm tired. Are you angry that I chose Emma over dinner? You said she needed you. She did. I held her gaze. Then you made the right choice. Ava relaxed. She kissed me and went back inside. At 7 the next morning, Emma sent me 23 screenshots. Most were excuses Ava had asked her to confirm. The final one was a voice message. I put in my earbuds and pressed play. Ava's voice came through clearly. Emma, I need you to get Noah into a hotel room the night before the wedding. Tell him you're having a breakdown. Get close enough for Logan's photographer to take pictures. Once Noah signs a prenup, those photos are our insurance. I replayed it. Then I forwarded it to Daniel. His response came immediately. This is an affair. It's a setup. I looked toward our bedroom, where Ava was still sleeping. 3 weeks earlier, I had worried about flowers, seating charts, and whether my vows sounded sincere. Now I was investigating my own fiancée, and the evidence suggested she wasn't planning to become my wife. She was planning to become my shareholder. Daniel played Ava's voice message 3 times. Once Noah signed the prenup, those photos are our insurance. He paused the recording. You understand what this means, right? She wants to frame me for cheating. She wants more than that. If you're blamed for the marriage failing, she claims 20% of your company shares. I stare at the laptop in his office. And Logan gets Riverfront. That's my guess. Daniel opened a fake version of our final bid. We give them something to steal. You want to leak false numbers? I want proof. This file has a tracking marker. If Ava sends anywhere, we'll know where it goes. What if she notices? She won't. The document looks real. I thought about Ava sleeping beside me while planning how to destroy me. Do it. Daniel uploaded the file to a folder Ava had already accessed. Now we wait. Emma arrived 30 minutes later. She looked like she hadn't slept. I brought everything, she said. She handed Daniel her phone. Messages, voice notes, dates. Every time Ava had used Emma's name to meet Logan, Daniel looked at her. You helped her lie. Twice. Twice is enough. I know. I said, Daniel. No. She needs to hear it. Ava couldn't have done this alone. Emma nodded. He's right. Daniel handed back the phone. Then help us finish it. Emma looked at me. What do you need? Act like nothing changed. You want me to stay in the wedding? Yes. Her face tightened. You still plan to marry her? No. That was the first time I said it aloud. The words hurt, but they also made something clear. The wedding was over. Ava simply didn't know yet. Emma sat across from me. What happens now? We let her think the plan is working. She'll ask about the hotel room. Agree to it. Emma's eyes widened. Noah, you won't actually do anything. We need her instructions in writing. Daniel added, and keep every message. Don't warn her. Emma looked sick. She's been my best friend since college. She stopped acting like your friend when she decided to use your feelings against you. I said. Her eyes met mine. You know, you told me. I meant Ava knows I used to like you, and she's counting on it. Emma looked away. I am sorry. Don't apologize for how you felt. Apologize for what you did. I am sorry I helped her lie. I believe she meant it, but belief wasn't trust. Not anymore. That afternoon, Ava texted Emma. Are you still willing to help me before the wedding? Emma showed me the screen. What do I say? Ask what she needs. Emma typed. Ava replied immediately. Get Noah alone at the Whitmore after the rehearsal dinner. Cry if you have to. Tell him you've always loved him. Logan's photographer will handle the rest. Another message followed. Do not actually sleep with him. I just need pictures that look bad. Emma's hand shook. She knows I would never do that. No. I said, she knows you care enough about her to let her believe she can ask. Emma typed, what if Noah tells you? Ava answered, he won't. Men hide anything that makes them look guilty. Daniel took screenshots. Good, he said. Now we have intent. My phone buzzed. A security alert showed that the fake Riverfront document had been opened from my home laptop. 10 minutes later, it was copied to an external drive. Daniel watched the tracking dashboard. Come on, he whispered. A second notification appeared. The file had been uploaded to a server registered to Pierce Development Group, Logan's company. Daniel leaned back. There it is. I felt no satisfaction, only anger. She stole from our home and sent it directly to your competitor. Daniel said, we can prove it. Is that enough to go to the police? Maybe, but I want the device she used and the original emails. I closed the laptop. We'll get them at the rehearsal dinner. The dinner was 2 nights later at the Whitmore. Ava spent the day pretending to be nervous about table assignments. You seem distracted, she told me before we left. Work. Riverfront? Yes. Are you worried about Logan's bid? I looked at her. Should I be? She smiled. No, you're better than he is. The woman who had sent him our fake numbers adjusted my tie. I can't wait to be your wife. I almost asked which part you wanted most, my name, my shares, or the chance to humiliate me. Instead, I kissed her forehead. Neither can I. At dinner, Ava played the perfect bride. She thanked my parents for welcoming her. She told Daniel she couldn't wait to become his sister. Then she stood and lifted her glass. Noah has taught me what loyalty looks like, she said. He's the most honest man I've ever known. Emma entered before anyone could drink. Ava's smile vanished. What are you doing here? I'm the maid of honor. You said you were sick. No, you said I was sick. The room went quiet. Ava laughed nervously. Emma, not tonight. Why? Because Logan's waiting upstairs? Ava put down her glass. You've been drinking. I haven't had anything. Ava turned to guests. Emma has been under a lot of pressure. She's developed an unhealthy attachment to Noah. My mother looked at me. What is she talking about? Ava answered before I could. Emma admitted she's in love with him. Emma's face reddened. That isn't why I'm here. Then why are you trying to ruin my wedding? Emma held up her phone. Because you asked me to frame your fiancé. Ava went pale. That's ridiculous. Emma pressed play. Ava's recorded voice filled the room. Get Noah into a hotel room. Tell him you've always loved him. Logan's photographer will handle the rest. Someone gasped. Ava grabbed the phone. But Emma stepped back. That recording is fake. I stood. It isn't. Ava looked at me. You knew? I know you weren't at the hospital. I know about Suite 1408. I know you stole the Riverfront files. Her mother stood. Noah, this is a family matter. Don't humiliate her publicly. She planned to humiliate me publicly. Ava's eyes filled with tears. Logan threatened me. With what? Private pictures. You kissed him because of pictures? He manipulated me. You sent him confidential files. I was trying to protect you. Daniel laughed. By giving our competitor our bid? Ava pointed at Emma. She put you up to this. She's always wanted you. Emma said, don't blame me for your choices. The ballroom doors opened. Logan walked in wearing a dark suit and an arrogant smile. Ava called me. I faced him. Bad decision. He looked around the room. This is a misunderstanding. Ava and I have been discussing a legitimate business partnership. From a hotel suite, our personal history isn't relevant. It is when you use it to steal company records. He shrugged. Can you prove I received anything? Daniel turned his laptop toward him. The fake Riverfront file was uploaded to your corporate server 36 hours ago. Logan's smile disappeared. I continued. It had a tracking marker. You opened it twice. Ava stared at him. You said the files couldn't be traced. Every person in the room heard her. Logan turned on her. Shut up. I removed my engagement ring and placed it beside Ava's glass. The wedding is canceled. She stared at the ring. Noah, please. You lied about Emma. You slept with your ex. You stole from my company. I didn't sleep with him. That's the part you want to offend? Her father stepped forward. You two can work this out privately. No, we can't. Ava grabbed my hand. I love you. You loved what marrying me would give you. That isn't true. Then sign a statement admitting you access files. Her grip loosened. I can't do that. Because you love me? Because it could destroy my career. I pulled my hand away. You were willing to destroy mine. Logan headed toward the exit. Daniel blocked him. Our attorney has already contacted investigators. Logan looked at Ava. This was your idea. Her tears stopped. No, you designed the plan. They turned on each other so quickly that the room fell silent. I looked at Emma. Send me the original recordings. Ava's expression changed. The frightened bride disappeared. She picked up my engagement ring and placed it in her purse. You think you won, she said. I ended the wedding. That's enough. No, it isn't. She wiped her face and looked directly at me. I already sent the board everything they need. Daniel frowned. What did you send? Emails showing Noah offered Riverfront information to Logan. Bank records showing he accepted payment. Hotel photos showing he's been meeting Emma behind my back. He stared at her. You forged evidence. Can you prove it before Monday? My stomach tightened. Monday was the emergency board meeting for the Riverfront bid. Ava stepped closer. You want to make me look like a cheating bride. No, you did that yourself. She smiled without warmth. By the time the board finishes with you, everyone will believe you cheated on me, sold company secrets, and used your fiancé as a scapegoat. She walked past me. At the door, she turned. You canceled the wedding. Noah, her voice was calm now, but I'm still taking your company. By Monday morning, Ava's version of the story had reached everyone who mattered. The board suspended my access before I entered the conference room. Daniel met me near the elevators. They froze your company email. I noticed they also removed you from the Riverfront presentation. Based on forged records, based on records that look real. He handed me a printed bank statement. A payment of $75,000 had been deposited into an account under my name. The sender was a consulting firm connected to Logan. I've never seen this account. It was open online using your social security number and driver's license. Ava had copies of both. For the marriage license, I looked through the glass wall at the board members. She planned this before the prenup. Daniel lowered his voice. Probably before the engagement. The board's attorney opened the door. They're ready. Emma waited inside with our digital forensics consultant. Ava sat at the opposite end of the table, beside her attorney. She wore the blue dress I had bought for our engagement dinner. When our eyes met, she looked wounded. It was a performance. But part of me still remembered helping her zip that dress while she laughed about being nervous. Chairman Robert Hayes spoke first. Noah, we have evidence suggesting you transferred confidential bid information to Pierce Development. It was transferred from my laptop by Ava. Ava shook her head. I didn't even know his password. Daniel placed the access logs on the table. You used Noah's account at 2:16 in the morning. I was asleep. Then explained the external drive registered to your marketing firm. Her attorney interrupted. My client is not here to be interrogated. Ava touched his arm. It's okay. I have nothing to hide. I almost admired how easily she said it. Hayes turned to me. We also received emails in which you offered Logan the riverfront pricing package. They were fabricated. Your digital signature appears on them. Our consultant, Priya Shah, opened her laptop. The signature was copied from an older contract. The metadata shows the documents were created on Ava Reynolds' office computer. Ava's face barely changed. That computer is shared. Priya continued. The files were created under your employee login. My credentials could have been stolen. Daniel laughed. So someone stole your login, forged Noah's emails, opened a bank account in his name, and sent files to your former boyfriend? Ava's attorney said. This hostility is unnecessary. No, I said. It's overdue. Hayes looked at Emma. Ms. Collins, Ava claims you and Noah were having an affair. Emma's hands tightened. That's false. We received hotel photographs. The screen showed pictures of Emma and me at Bellamy's. Another image had been altered to make it appear that we were entering the Whitmore together. Emma stared at it. That never happened. Ava spoke softly. You told me you loved him. Emma turned toward her. Years ago, and you met him behind my back to tell him you were cheating. You expected him to believe you because you wanted him. I said, leave her feelings out of this. Ava looked at me. You're defending her. I'm defending the person you tried to use. Her voice broke perfectly. You canceled our wedding in front of our families because she poisoned you against me. I stood. You told her to lure me into a hotel room. That recording was edited. Priya played the original audio and displayed its file history. No cuts, she said. No modifications. The room went quiet. Then Emma placed a small flash drive on the table. Ava gave me this 6 months ago. Ava's head snapped toward her. You said you deleted it. I said I wouldn't look at it. What's on it? Hayes asked. Emma looked at me. Ava told me it contained wedding videos. I checked it last night. Priya connected the drive to an isolated laptop. Folders appeared with dates going back 4 years. Inside were recorded calls between Ava and Logan, copies of my company's internal reports, and a document titled Bennett Timeline. Daniel opened it. The first entry was dated 2 weeks before Ava and I met. Identify Noah Bennett's role in Bennett Commercial. Confirm access to upcoming development bids. My mouth went dry. A second entry read, Attend Children's Harbor Fundraiser. Arrange introduction through Emma. I looked at Emma. You introduced us because Ava asked you to? Emma's face turned pale. She said she thought you were attractive. You knew she was targeting me? No, I swear. Ava said nothing. I opened another file. It contained messages between her and Logan from the night of our first date. He likes me. This could work. Logan had replied. Don't fall for him. We need access, not a love story. 6 months later. Ava wrote, he trusts me enough to discuss the company. I stopped reading. For years of memories shifted all at once. Our first dinner, the surprise birthday party, the night she cried when I proposed. Every moment now had a second meaning. I looked at her. Was any of it real? Her attorney whispered, "Don't answer." Ava ignored him. At first, no. Daniel cursed under his breath. I asked again, when did it become real? I don't know. That isn't an answer. After the first year. You spent a year pretending to love me? I wasn't pretending the whole time. Did you tell Logan you wanted out? Yes. Then why were you in his hotel room? Because he had everything. Messages, recordings, proof that I approached you for the company. You were afraid I'd learn the truth. I was afraid I'd lose you. So you plan to take my shares? Her tears came faster. Logan said it was the only way to keep him quiet. Daniel pointed to another folder. You created the prenup clause. Ava looked at the table. I needed leverage. Against Logan? I asked. Or against me? Both. I sat across from her. You planned to frame me for cheating. Accuse me of selling company secrets. And take 20% of Bennett Commercial. I wasn't going to go through with all of it. You already forged the evidence. Because you canceled the wedding. The words left her mouth before she could stop them. Hayes leaned forward. So the evidence provided to this board was retaliation? Ava's attorney stood. This meeting is over. Ava grabbed his sleeve. No, if I leave, they'll destroy me. I looked at her. You tried to destroy me first. She turned to me. I can fix this. How? I withdraw everything. I tell the board Logan forced me to send the files. We get married quietly after this settles. The room went silent. You still think there's a wedding? You need me to clear your name. My name is already being cleared. You need me to testify against Logan. That doesn't make you my wife. Her expression hardened. We could make an arrangement. Daniel said, she's negotiating now. Ava ignored him. You keep your position. I get a smaller equity stake. We stay married long enough to protect both of us. I stared at the woman I had planned to spend my life with. You think marriage is a business settlement. It can be practical. Did you ever love me? Her confidence finally cracked. Yes. More than Logan? Yes. More than the company? She didn't answer. That was enough. The board voted to restore my access pending the final forensic report. Ava's evidence was referred to investigators. After the meeting, she followed me into the hallway. Noah, wait. I kept walking. She grabbed my arm. Logan will blame everything on me. You blamed everything on me. I was scared. That explanation is getting old. I chose you. No, you chose what I could give you. That was true in the beginning, not later. I pulled my arm free. You don't get credit for falling in love with a man you were exploiting. She covered her mouth, trying not to cry. Tell me what I can do. Tell the truth. And then, there is no then for us. My phone rang. The caller ID showed Logan Pierce. I answered on speaker. You have 10 seconds. I said. Logan laughed. You found Ava's drive. Yes. She kept more than I expected. What do you want? A deal. I give you the original records proving she designed the fraud. You convince your company not to pursue charges against me. Ava stepped closer to the phone. You lying bastard. Logan heard her. Is she with you? Perfect. You planned this. She said. You changed the plan when you fell for him. You told me Noah would never find out. And you believed me. I said, I'm not making a deal. You should. Ava's files make her look guilty. Mine prove she was a mastermind. Ava shook her head frantically. He's lying. Logan continued. Meet me tonight at the Whitmore. Come alone. I'll bring my attorney. Then the evidence disappears. The call ended. Ava looked at me. You can't trust him. I don't. He'll try to set you up. Like he did? She flinched. I walked toward the elevator. Behind me, Ava called my name. I didn't turn around. By the time the doors closed, I understood the truth. Logan had treated Ava like a weapon. Ava had treated me like a target. And somewhere along the way, she had convinced herself that loving me afterward erased why she chose me in the first place. I didn't go to the Whitmore alone. Logan had demanded it, which was exactly why my attorney, a financial crimes investigator, and two detectives were listening from the room next door. Daniel adjusted the recording device under my jacket. Don't let him touch your phone. I know. And don't try to be a hero. I'm meeting a real estate developer, not a cartel boss. Daniel looked at me. A real estate developer who stole millions in bid information and forged evidence against you. Fair point. Emma stood near the door. You could still cancel. No. What if Logan realizes you're recording him? Then the detectives walk in. She folded her arms. You're acting calmer than you are. So, are you? I'm terrified. At least one of us is being honest. She accepted the criticism without looking away. I should have been honest months ago. Yes, I'm going to spend a long time regretting that. I didn't answer. Trust wasn't repaired by one apology. Emma understood that now. At 8, I entered Suite 1408, the same room where Ava had met Logan while claiming Emma was in the hospital. Logan stood by the table with a laptop and a glass of bourbon. You brought your phone? Yes. Put it on the table. I did. He checked my pockets with his eyes. You look tired. My wedding was canceled. My fiancée framed me for corporate theft. It's been a long week. He smiled. You'll recover. Where's the evidence? First, we discuss my protection. You don't have any. I give you everything on Ava. And Bennett Commercial tells investigators I received the Riverfront files without knowing they were stolen. You open a fake bid twice. I was reviewing material sent by a source. You paid that source. Ipaita Consultan. An account opened in my name. He took a drink. Ava handled the details. So she was a mastermind? That's what the records show. What do the real records show? His smile faded. That she approached you because I told her to. I kept my voice steady. Before we met, yes, you selected me as a target. Bennett Commercial was becoming a problem. Your company kept beating mine on public projects. So you sent Ava to gain access. She was supposed to date you for a few months, collect information, and leave, but she stayed. She fell in love with you. He said it like it disgusted him. That complicated everything. You kept using her. She kept coming back. Because you blackmailed her. Because she liked having both worlds. You gave her respectability. I gave her excitement. You sound jealous. Logan laughed. Of you? She chose to marry me. She chose your company. Then why did you need to threaten her? His jaw tightened. I had struck the right nerve. Open the laptop. I said. He turned it toward me. There were recordings, emails, financial ledgers, and copies of Ava's messages. One audio file was dated 2 weeks before our first meeting. Logan pressed play. His own voice filled the room. Bennett's younger brother controls Project Access. Get close to him. Ava answered. And after I get the files? You break his heart and walk away. The recording continued. Ava asked, what if he figures it out? Logan laughed. He won't. Men like Noah think being decent makes them smart. I looked at Logan. You recorded every conversation. Insurance. Against Ava? Against everyone. Send me the files. After we have a deal, there is no deal. He closed the laptop. Then you leave with nothing. The suite door opened. Ava stepped inside. Logan stood so fast his chair fell backward. What are you doing here? She held up a key card. You always use the same hotel. He looked at me. You brought her? No. Ava faced Logan. You were going to blame everything on me. You created the forged bank records. Because you told me to. You sent the Riverfront files. Because you threatened to expose how we met. Logan pointed at her. You stayed with Noah because you wanted his shares. At first, I heard the words, but they didn't hurt the way they had before. Maybe because she had already destroyed whatever part of me still hoped for another answer. Ava looked at me. Later, I wanted him. Logan laughed. You wanted both of us. No, I wanted you gone. Then why did you keep meeting me? Because every time I tried to leave, you threatened Noah. I said, you still chose to frame me. She turned toward me. I panicked. You forged evidence after I canceled the wedding. I thought if you lost the company, you'd need me to fix it. Even Logan looked surprised. You were going to destroy me, so I'd come back? Tears filled her eyes. I didn't think it would go that far. You sent the board fake bank records. I was angry. You tried to steal my career because I wouldn't marry you. I loved you. That wasn't love. That was ownership. Logan reached for the laptop. Ava grabbed it first. You're not deleting anything. He shoved her. I caught her before she hit the table. Logan moved toward the door. The detectives entered. Logan Pierce. Step away from the exit. His face changed. He looked at my phone on the table, then at my jacket. You recorded me. I learned from you. They handcuffed him. Ava stood beside me, shaking. One detective took the laptop, while another read Logan his rights. Then the investigator faced Ava. Ms. Reynolds, we need you to come with us. She stared at him. I cooperated. You also admitted to identity theft, falsifying financial records, and stealing proprietary information. Ava looked at me. Tell them I helped. You did help. Relief appeared on her face. I finished. After you tried to ruin me. She closed her eyes. The detectives led them out separately. Logan never looked back at her. Ava looked back at me twice. I didn't follow. 3 weeks later, the board cleared me of every accusation. Digital records proved Ava had created the fake account and transferred Logan's money into it. The full recording showed that Logan had directed the original plan, but Ava had independently forged the later evidence when I canceled the wedding. Pierce Development was disqualified from Riverfront. Bennett Commercial won the project after the bidding process restarted. Daniel walked into my office holding 2 cups of coffee. Congratulations. It doesn't feel like winning. You kept the company. I lost 4 years. No, you learned what those years were built on. That's not better. It will be. He placed a coffee in front of me. Emma's downstairs. Why? She has something for you. Emma waited in the lobby with a small box. Inside was my engagement ring. Ava asked me to return it. She said, where is she? Out on bond. She accepted a plea agreement. What did she get? Probation, restitution, and a felony record. She'll testify against Logan. I closed the box. Did she say anything else? Emma nodded. She said the worst part wasn't losing the wedding or the company's shares. What was it? She said you were the only person who ever loved her without wanting something back. I looked away. That didn't stop her. No. Emma took a breath. I resigned from the hospital's wedding committee. I almost smiled. There is no wedding. I know. I also ended my friendship with Ava. You didn't have to do that for me. I didn't do it for you. I did it because I finally understood that loyalty without honesty is just permission. That sounded true. She moved toward the door. Emma. She stopped. You told Ava you used to love me. Her cheeks reddened. Yes. Do you still? She considered lying. I saw it happen. Then she chose differently. Yes. I appreciated the answer, but I wasn't ready to return it. I can't start something now. I know. I don't trust myself. You don't trust me either. No. She nodded. That's fair. 6 months later. Emma and I met at Bellamy's again. No wedding tasting. No secret plan. Just dinner. She smiled as I sat across from her. Anyone in the hospital tonight? Not that I'm using as an excuse. Good start. The waiter brought 2 coffees. Emma looked at the empty seat beside me. Do you regret canceling the wedding? I regret believing Ava's lies for so long. That isn't what I asked. I thought about the life I had planned. The vows. The house. The children Ava and I had named during late-night conversations. I missed the woman I thought she was. Emma didn't tell me that woman had never existed. She simply said, that makes sense. That was the difference. Ava had always given me the answer that served her. Emma gave me room to find my own. She placed her hand on the table, not touching mine. I looked at it for a moment. Then I reached across and took it. We weren't engaged. We weren't making promises. We were starting with the one thing my relationship with Ava had never truly had, the truth.